he had a good job, and we were living comfortably, you know, month to month, probably like most people. But like we never, I don't know. So this is kind of intimidating, but we were donating plasma to make extra money. I don't know if you guys have that here, but we have like a plasma donation center where we live, and you donate plasma, which is it's like super rewarding because you're helping people who have medical issues. And we were doing it because we wanted to save up to take our kids to Disneyland, and so we had these debit cards that you got money loaded onto every time you donated plasma. And so really we didn't have the money to sign up, and so when I signed up, I ordered the lips kit because I had never tried lip syncs before. So I signed up and ordered the lips kit because I was like, I have to have colors to try. And anyway, so I used that plasma donation card. Like we literally didn't have $150 to spend on something. And so I used that card, and it was like a big risk because like I said, we were saving money to go to Disneyland, like to take our kids on a trip that we wouldn't forget. And so that investment like has paid off a million times over. So I don't know, I just think it's important to know that even if you don't have all the money in the world to get started, or you don't own a boutique, or you don't have thousands of dollars that you can invest right away, I think anyone can be successful. So that's a little bit about how I got started, and from then, no one in my town knew about it. So like to me, a lot of people in Utah now say like, it's so saturated, no one will buy it from me, everyone else already has a distributor. But I'm like, if you go back to a year and a half ago when I started, I would do events every week. I would do any event I could do, and people would come up to the booth and they would ask about it and they would love it, but then they would say, well, how much is it? And I would say, okay, it's $50. And they would be like, okay, I'll think about it. And then they would leave. Like literally, I would do events and no one would buy from me. But I kept doing them because I saw the potential and I knew how great it was. I knew how great the products were and that they really did work. So I'm sure it's kind of newer in Arizona, I feel like. So I'm sure a lot of people don't know about it, and they're like turn away when you tell them the price. But I promise they'll see the value in it. Once people start hearing about it, we still have people in Utah signing up or trying it. Like even though like I heard about it, but it's too expensive. It's worth every dollar. It's worth everything. So I think it's important to not be like, don't feel discouraged if people are turned away by the price, because they will come back around and they'll buy like $10, even though one color was too expensive at first. So it's just, no matter what stage of the company you sign up in, there's going to be challenges. And like I said, when I first signed up, no one would buy because it was too expensive. And now we can't even keep the colors in stock because so many people want to buy it. So there'll be challenges, but if you keep going and you keep growing your business and just keep doing what you want to do and be confident in it, then you'll find success too. And another little part about my story is when I first signed up, my cousin signed up at the same time as me, and we had another cousin who, she was from Hawaii, so she had a lot of people in Hawaii that she knew. And so we were growing a pretty big team there. But there was like a minor out of stock issue, like maybe 10 colors were out of stock. And that book was out of stock for like 4 months, I think. There was like a payment issue, it came back and then it was wrong, so they sent it back. Anyways, we had 10 colors out of stock, and we had probably 150 people on our team, and every single person quit. Like there's not one person on our team that started in my first 4 months besides me and my cousin. They all quit because there were 10 colors out of stock. Seriously. I swear, like, from the first 4 months I signed up, there's only one person on my team that is still a distributor. But the funny thing about that is our other cousin, her name's Jalen, she signed up last week again because she saw the potential. Imagine if she would have never given up with the first 10 colors out of stock. Anyway, so just get past it. It will get better. All the colors came back in stock, and it was a thing of the past. And NASA came back, and everyone was happy. But all the distributors quit. Like I literally had to restart. So just like to think of things like that happened when we first signed up. It's crazy if they would have just stuck it out, because now Hawaii is really crazy and there's tons of distributors. And our cousin has people asking her for it because they knew she used to sell it, and so she decided to sign up. So I think it's important that no matter what's going on, you just keep doing it, and just be positive, and people will continue to come to you. That's mainly a little bit about me. I don't know. I think the most important thing, I think, is to be confident and don't let little things discourage you. I know, like, the situation happening right now kind of seems like a big thing that's going on, but it's such a small part in the company. I don't know. How many of you have watched the Momentum video on YouTube? anyone seen the Momentum video? Okay, that video, like, I don't know, it changed my life. So if you haven't seen it, I think it's called like, yeah, hashtag Momentum or something like that, but she like perfectly explains it, and she just talks about there's like 4 levels that companies go through, and right now it was probably like 2 months ago we had started the Momentum stage, and it's insane because I still have people say like, oh, well, why is the company just now exploding in 16 years in or whatever it is, but there's just different levels and different companies take different amount of time to like explode, and we're in the Momentum phase right now, which is where the people make the most amount of money is if you get in the Momentum stage and you keep going. That's the people that make the most money. So you guys got in at an awesome stage. And one other thing I like to share is people will say things like, what took so long, or why is it the way it is? And I think it's important for everyone to know that Joni wasn't focused on marketing. I'm sure you guys have heard people say like, why does the product look like this? Or shouldn't they update the product? Or shouldn't they update the website? But Joni's focus was never on marketing. She knew that she had products that really worked. And as long as she had distributors that were compensated well and a company that really worked, that she knew that one day it would be successful. And I even asked her, like, did you see this happening? And she said, yes, this was always in my vision. I always knew this was going to happen. I didn't realize it would be so fast, but I knew that one day the company would be this big. And so she wanted to build a solid foundation, and she knew that marketing, like, people can have the best marketing, but if the products aren't great, then it will fail after a while. They'll be a great company at the beginning because their marketing's great, but if the products don't really work, then it's not going to be sustainable. So I think it's important to know that Joni has built a sustainable company and that it's going to be around for a long time. She always says something that I remember her saying back in July. She said, I want your children to be working with my children. Like, she's building this company for her sons. And she's like, I want your children to be working with them in 20, 30, however many years. She's like, I want this company to be around forever. And I truly, honestly believe that. So that's just something that you can share with your customers if they say, like, why is the products like this? Or why did it take so long? Joni never really focused on marketing. And now that they have more income, they are putting a lot of money into marketing. So you'll see a lot of changes. I don't know if you guys have all seen like the floral designs or the new things that they've been doing on the boxes. Like, that was not around when I started, or the lips tape. It was like a white box. The new distributor pack, it was like white. It was like so plain. So now it is getting updated a little bit, and you'll see it more and more. But to me, I love that she built something that was really strong with a solid foundation. And one more thing, there's never been a loan. Joni's never been in debt to anyone, and she's still not in debt to anyone. She's a cash company. Like, they've always, so I think that's so awesome to be able to say that. They've never taken out a loan or credit card or anything like that. They've never financed anything. So I think that's really important. So that's a little bit about me, and I don't know. I think that if you guys come to trainings like this, you're investing in your business. It's huge, and you see the potential. So just keep doing that, and you'll be successful. I didn't really say anything about my life. I guess I'm a mom. I live in Statesboro, Utah. I have 3 children: a 9-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 5-month-old. And yeah, that's it. So we have Haley is going to be training as well. So she's going to talk to you guys a little bit about goals. I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the programs and how to set goals to reach some of the programs that SeneGence has to offer. But before we get started, we wanted to do a little bit of recognition. So we're going to have, depending on what rank you are or that kind of thing, we're going to have you stand up. But first, raise your hand if anyone's been in the company longer than a year. Okay. Oh, longer than 2 years? That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. So exciting. Okay. How long have you been in the company?
4 years.
4